Hello everybody, Jake, your resident content cowboy here. Yeehaw! And if you're anything like me, you're getting pretty excited about Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl coming out very, very soon. Today I wanted to talk to you about the 3 starters inside this game and which one you should choose. I make a lot of Pokemon Unite content, and that's still, of course, my main focus, but with the new game coming out, my propensity? No. I was actually going to use the word propensity correctly. My propensity to fill up my Pokédex, as I did with Sword and Shield. I'm very, very excited for this new game. So I'm just going to talk to you a little bit about my thoughts on the 3 starters in this series and which one I think you should pick based on your playstyle. Join me, won't you? If you want to go into this game completely blind and you have no idea how these Pokemon evolve, there will be some very, very minor spoilers in this video, but in general, I know this is a remake of an older game, so I'm not going to say anything that isn't easily accessible knowledge anywhere out there. Your 3 options are Turtwig, hi Turtwig, Chimchar, hey buddy, and Piplup. So, these 3 Pokemon are the same sort of starting types that you find in every Pokemon game, I guess except yellow, right? Or Let's Go Eevee. So, gotta move this Turtwig. You're on my head. That's better. So, these 3 Mons are the Mons that you get to choose from, the types you get to choose from, I should say, in every game in the series, essentially. Grass, fire, and water. Now, in some games, you could make the decision, well, there are a lot of gyms like this, or the Elite Four in this game, which is sort of the final battles that you go through, and their champion is kind of weak to this Pokemon. I'll talk about some of that as we go through. In general, all of these Mons are good, and you will be able to get all of these Mons in different ways. If you pick one of these 3, depending on how this game works, you might have to get a Mon traded to you from a friend, but you will be able to breed these Pokemon, get little babies of them, and then trade them with other people. So it won't be impossible to get these Mons through that system, and I think probably other ways inside the game. So it's not that it, like, if you pick Chimchar, you don't get access to the other 2, and you're just stuck with Chimchar, which, by the way, wouldn't be a bad one to be stuck with. Of course, like I said, any of these are great choices, so if you like grass-type Pokemon, if you like fire-type Pokemon, if you like, can I do it? Water-type Pokemon, I think that's the way to go. Me personally, I love water types. I will be choosing Piplup in this game. That being said, when I originally played Pearl a long, long time ago in a video game not so far away at this point, I picked Chimchar, and I don't know what it was. I just saw that little Chimchar, and I thought, that is the Mon for me. I'll say this. If you want a Pokemon that pushes you through the game the easiest, I believe your option is Chimchar. I think that's the way to go because Chimchar evolves later in the game into Infernape. Infernape has the highest speed out of these 3, and I believe also the highest attack and special attack. It gets 2 great moves that are sort of sweeper moves, close combat, and I think Flare Blitz, if I'm remembering correctly. And those moves kind of push you through the game very easily because there's just so much damage. Your Pokemon is so fast. So if you want the easiest ride, I think that is with Chimchar, at least later in the game. Also, I know they're going to be adding some of the Pokemon, or maybe all the Pokemon that came from Platinum, which is great. However, there are not a ton of fire types in the game. So if I remember right, Chimchar is a great choice as well because you just don't get that many fire Pokemon. Again, I think they've added a few in here. I don't want to talk too spoilery in case you don't want to be spoiled on some of the Pokemon you're going to see, but I'll just say I don't remember there being a ton of fire types in the game. Let me take you over to Cerebi right now, and we're just going to look at some of the Pokemon stats, and I'm going to give you some ideas of why you might pick each one of these Mons. All right, here we are at Cerebi. You can see, this is a great resource if you don't use it. I'm sure you do. use Cerebi.net. But if you don't, it's a great resource for Pokemon information if you're really new to this series here. So this is our little buddy Turtwig here. He is a grass type. As you can see, one of the interesting things about Turtwig is you actually get your 3rd level evolution earlier than the other two. You evolve into Torterra at level 32, whereas Chimchar, I believe, is 36? Yeah, 36 to evolve into Infernape. And then Piplup evolves also at 36. So if you want to pick a Mon that gives you your earliest evolution into your 3rd form, that is going to be Turtwig. That's kind of a cool change from the other two. So it's a little late to its 2nd evolution and it's earliest to its 3rd evolution. Let's talk about their final evolutions and what you're going to expect out of these Pokemon. Torterra is what you get if you go the Turtwig route. He is the kind of that world turtle with the giant tree on his back. You get 2 types as each one of these evolves to their 3rd form. You get ground added to your grass types. You're now a grass ground Pokemon. If you're Infernape, you get fighting added to it. They love to put fire and fighting together, so you're now a fire fighting type. And then if you're Piplup and you become Empoleon, you get water steel type. That's actually kind of one of the cooler types, in my opinion, the water steel type from Empoleon. Empoleon has some really strong defenses. If you scroll it down here, its special defense is 101 base and its defense is 88. I don't think that's as good as Torterra. Let me take a look. Maybe it's close. Torterra, actually, it's about the same, just flip-flop. So Torterra has a little less special defense, but actually has more defense. So Empoleon is a really cool Mon. That's the water one. If you go this direction, just because of its typing. Let me talk to you about what happens with Torterra, since that's the one I started with here. So when you go from Turtwig into, at level 32, Torterra, you get the ground edition, which is cool because it means that electricity doesn't hurt you anymore. But you now pick up one of the most unfortunate things in Pokemon, at least for me, which is a quadruple weakness to something, or a double weakness, however you would look at it. You normally take ×2 from something you're weak against. For instance, a grass type is weak to flying, so you take double damage from those moves. But once you pick up ground as well, it also has a weakness to ice. So grass has a weakness to ice, ground has a weakness to ice. You get a ×4 weakness to ice right here. I hope I'm highlighting that well enough for you to see. So for me, that's one of the things that I find toughest about this game. I really don't love playing too many Mons that have double weaknesses to things. It just means that an enemy with one move can kind of one-shot you really, really simply. I don't love that in general. So for me, I kind of stay away from a Pokemon like Torterra because of that. Don't get me wrong, though. That's just one type that they're really, really worried about. In other ways, this is a really cool Mon. Infernape, on the other hand, does not have a quad weakness. It does pick up some more weaknesses because of its fighting type. But in general, I think it does really, really well type-wise. And the biggest thing about Infernape are its 2 massive moves. You have Flare Blitz and Close Combat. These moves do insane damage. They have full accuracy. They're just crazy, crazy good. You take out so many Pokemon in one hit with these moves, and its speed stat is so high. So is its attack and special attack. It is a super, super incredible sweeper Mon. If you want a Pokemon that's going to probably have the easiest time through most of the game, I would say it's Infernape. You can just wipe entire enemy teams easy with Infernape. Again, no quadruple weaknesses for Infernape here. And then we look at Empoleon. The cool thing about Empoleon is it has a ton of defenses that are really, really solid because it is taken this steel type. So you take a quarter damage from steel attacks, half from dark, half from dragon, half from ghost, half from rock, half from bug, half from psychic, half from flying. It sounds like a song. A quarter from ice, half from water, so half from normal. You take all of these, and 0, by the way, from poison. So you get all these defenses with Empoleon. It's really, really cool. However, you do pick up a weakness that's really rough to deal with, and that's fighting. Fighting feels like it's kind of everywhere. Moves like close combat and stuff like that just do insane damage to you. However, all these defenses you get because you're now a steel type is a really, really huge benefit for that Piplup when it becomes Empoleon there. My thoughts are, if I were to pick one of these three, my first take would be, it doesn't matter. Go with your heart. They're all going to be great. You can complete the game with any of these Mons. But if you want the easiest time, I think that's with this guy right here, Chimchar. He's also such a cool Pokemon. Again, I picked it when I played this game back in the day, and I never really pick fire types, but I just thought he looked so cool. I think the next best choice is, I can't do this, is Piplup right here. I think Piplup's really great, and I think Empoleon becomes a really cool Mon because it's so tanky and has such great defenses. And then I think Turtwig, you know, I'm never really in love with grass types, the grass type starters. There are a few that are really, really good, but I think this just kind of falls into the category of a really good Mon, but unfortunately has that quadruple weakness. I'm curious, if you made it this far in the video, which one are you going to pick up when you play? If you are enjoying my channel, I'm still going to be making a ton of Unite content, but I will have a playthrough of this game, and I plan on catching them all because that's what I like to do. I like to fill up my Pokédex inside these games. Let me know what you think in the comments. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Any Pokemon content for Diamond and Pearl, I'm going to have my own playlist for it, so if you're interested in that, check out that playlist. I love you all, and I will see you all next time. Goodbye. I smacked Turtwig.